the recording. We wanted people to use their laptops, and then because we might ask you to actually start Excel or start the SpaceX and show us what you can do so that we can help you through the process. Anyhow, we now can start our presentation and to be followed by the practical part. Now, I will assume that some of you have already started collecting data, and it's just an assumption, no problem. Even if you haven't, we will go through the steps of actually dealing with data. So what do I mean by that? Just 1 second, please. Okay. Now, when you conduct research, at the end of the conduction phase, you collect data. Now, when you collect the data, you either collect it electronically or you collect it in a paper form. Whether you use a form or a questionnaire, and then you enter the data, you click or you tick on a form, or you write on a form, then you have raw data in a form, or this form might be an electronic one. The most famous is the Google Drive form, the Google form. So whether you have the data on paper or you have it on an electronic file in Google form, we will go through the steps of dealing with this data. Now, dealing with data is called data management. And this data management has got components. Managing data, some people separate management of data from analysis of data, but other people use the term to include even the analysis of data. So when you manage data, you do a few things. And let us see what these things are. The first thing that you do is, no, just a minute, please. Before we start talking about what we do as far as data is concerned, we would like to go through some issues related to statistics, some terminology, some definitions, so that we are on board and therefore we understand the remaining part of the presentation and the remaining part actually of the course. Now, the first thing we would like to address is the term statistic. What is a statistic? It's a singular term. It can be pluralized. When you say statistics, means it's a plural of statistic. And statistic or sample statistic is any quantity computed from values, a sample in a sample which is considered for statistical purpose. يعني أي value, أي quantity computed from values in a sample considered for statistical purpose is called statistic. And therefore, the science of statistics is dealing with these quantities, these computed quantities that are computed from values. So the term statistics come from statistic as a singular. Any quantity computed from values is considered a statistic. And the statistical purpose for which these quantities used for, one, they are used for estimating a population parameter. And if you remember yesterday, I advised you to read about the difference between a statistic and a parameter. A parameter is a feature of a population, while a statistic is a feature of a sample. If you estimate, if you compute a statistic for a sample, you can generalize that to a population, and in this case, it is called a parameter. So you have a statistic versus parameter. You can go back to read about this very important difference. Now, the second thing, you can use it to describe the sample. So the statistics computed from values of a sample can be used to describe this sample, and in such a case, they are called descriptive statistics. While the others used for estimating a population parameter are called inferential statistics, because you make judgments from the features of a sample and generalize them to the population, and in such a case, they are called a population parameter. For example, if you calculate the mean age of a sample, then it's a statistic. And if you say the mean age of the students at Al Maarifa University is so and so, then this is a population parameter. In this case, the population is the students of Al Maarifa University. Now, the third definition, very important, the third purpose, if you are evaluating a hypothesis. If you have a hypothesis and you are evaluating that hypothesis, you quantify or you compute a quantity to help you evaluate the hypothesis. So from today and for the rest of the course, we will either be estimating a population parameter or describing a sample or evaluating a hypothesis. These are the three purposes, and now we know that the quantities, any quantity computed from a value is called a statistic. Now, for example, the average or mean of a sample value is a statistic. As I told you now, the average age is a statistic because we are now talking about a sample parameter, a sample. Now, what do we mean by data? This was very important, the definition of statistic and the purpose. Now, what do we mean when we say data management? What do we mean by that? Now, we are going to go through steps of managing the data. The first step, and this lecture is about the first step. Mainly, we need to prepare data, and we call it data preparation. We will go through the details of data preparation in a little while. Now, after that, after you prepare the data, you need to clean the data. And this is called data cleaning. Now, what do you do with the clean data? You can also manipulate the data after you clean it. And we will deal with manipulation later on. So this is the third step. So you prepare the data, you clean it, you manipulate it, then you calculate the data. You collate the data. You bring it together, and we will talk about that when this comes. Then you examine the data. You examine the original raw data, and you examine the collated data. This is called data examination. You inspect the data. And then you can analyze the data. So managing data is six steps. The first one is preparation, then cleaning, then manipulation, then collation, examination, and analysis. We will take them one by one. The first one is very important. And as Alexander Graham Bell, the scientist who invented the phone, said, before anything else, preparation is the key to success. And this is a general statement. Also, a previous ex-president of the United States was also a scientist, also said, by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. So preparation is very important. This is why we will go through it very slowly so that you prepare the data. Because after you prepare the data, you can then clean it, you can collate it, you can inspect it, etc. So preparation is key. What do we mean by preparing the data? First of all, when you collect data, you collect it in a questionnaire or in a data collection form. And this data in the collection form need to be coded first. And this coding is the first step in preparing data. Coding, you give a code. If the items you are describing are short, if an item of a sample, if a question, any item in the data collection form is very short, you can use them as code. You might not need to code them. For example, age. If you have a column in your questionnaire or in your data file, and this column is about the age, you do not need to code code age. But if you say occupation, you need to make a shorter code for occupation. Date of birth, you code it as DOB, for example. Place of residence. So place of residence is too long. You need to make a shorter code for this place of residence. In questionnaires, you might have a whole question. You can have, what is the first time you encountered these symptoms? You need to make a shorter code for this question. So the first then step in preparation is coding. Then after you code, you use these codes to enter the data. And we usually, when we talk about entering data, the data can be entered in an Excel file or directly in an SPSS dictionary. Usually people use Excel files because you can import them directly into SPSS, or you deal with them in Excel. If you start with SPSS, it is the same. You can describe your dictionary or design it in SPSS. Then you can export it or you can download it as an Excel file. So there are these two applications, very useful applications, can be used for data management, and you need to enter the data in either of these two apps, Excel, Microsoft Excel, or SPSS. After you enter the data, by the way, if the data is in electronic format, then it is already entered. So you don't need to enter it. You just download the file, for example, from Google Forms. And I will show you later, if you don't know how to download a file, an Excel file from Google Forms. We will deal with that later on. So you can download the files if they are in electronic format. And by this, you have now prepared your data. So the data, you code it, and then you prepare a file in Excel or SPSS, or you download it from the internet from Google Drive. Now, then you clean the data. And what do we mean by cleaning the data? It is not what now people deal with when they are dealing with COVID-19. The cleaning of the data, you go through the file in Excel or SPSS and identify issues, identify typos, mistakes, you identify missed data. And you might need to go back to your original data to check and clean the data by entering or correcting the typos or mistakes or whatever. This is called data cleaning. So data in a computer file is first examined for problems, and then these missing values, typos, incorrect entries are all corrected, and this is called data cleaning. You clean the data and you make it now ready for the next step. Now, what is the next step? Now, the data which is already prepared, entered into a computer file, cleaned, can now be manipulated or transformed. And what do we mean by transformation and manipulation? Is actually producing some new data from the raw data. Producing new data from the raw data. What do I mean by that? This is also, the manipulation is also called transformation. Now, for example, raw age. You ask people about their age. One will tell you that I have 26, 65, 63, 54. This is called the raw data. This raw data can be converted to age groups, and both programs, Excel and SPSS, will give you the chance to compute data. They call it computation, data computation, to transform the data or manipulate it or produce a new variable. But you need to retain the original raw data. You do not throw it away. You have your original data, but you have this new transformed or manipulated or computed new data. So this is called, and now calculations can be made. For example, if I take values, if I measure some certain values, and I want to calculate a percentage of these values. For example, if the values are out of 80, so there is 77, 79, 53. I want to convert this 53 to a percentage of the 80. This is called calculations. This is not one type of calculations. You can calculate ratios. You can add up things. You can subtract. You can do some certain calculations and produce new results in your data file, and then analyze the calculations rather than the raw data. So during manipulation, you can make a number of computations, including certain calculations. Now, after you manipulate the data, now the data, you have the raw one and you have the manipulated data. What do you do after that? The next step is called data collation. You bring the data, some of the data together to produce certain statistics. So the data collation means is assembled, sorted, ordered. This is called collation, and then organized and presented or exhibited. You organize it and present it. And what do we produce? We can produce tables or graphs. So after you assemble the data, sort them and order them, and then produce these, for example, frequency distribution tables, or you can produce certain graphs. This is the step of data collation. As far as tables are concerned, this is an example of a table. There is gender, base, male, female, the self-employed are 5. So the occupational status versus the gender are actually collated into a cross tabulation or a table. So this is an example. Of course, you know the different types of graphs. You can produce this graph by collating the data, and then you present it. You present the data in a graphical form. Then, of course, you will examine the graphs and the tables to reach certain conclusions. So this is third step. The fifth step is, just a minute, please. Yeah, examination, data examination. Now, what do we mean by data examination? You just look at the data, either the raw data or the collated data, the tables, and the graphs. What do you get from that? It's also called inspection. And these are meant to identify the main features of the data. What are the features of the data? For example, what is the largest number in a particular, for a particular variable? We call it the maximum. What is the smallest value for a particular variable? It's called the minimum. And then you can actually calculate the difference between the minimum and the maximum, and this will produce a range. They call it a range. So you can actually identify the main features of data, and these features or characteristics. Also, you can carry out certain measures, as I just told you. You, for example, calculate an average for this for the sample, for a variable in the sample. And you can also produce, of course, products of collation. All of these are called descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics. So when you inspect or examine the data, you actually produce certain statistics, and these statistics are either features, characteristics, or measures, or products of correlation. And these descriptive statistics are very useful. Most of you will be doing mainly descriptive statistics. Now, after you examine the data, one of the examinations you carry out are called measures. I just want to give you samples of those measures, and later on we will explain them in detail. There are certain measures of central tendency. I think you took those in the statistics course, but the measures of central tendency, for example, the mean, the median, the mode, these are called the measures of central tendency. There are measures of dispersion, variation, or variability, like the standard deviation, for example, is an example of dispersion. And then there are measures of association. Association can address differences, can address relationships. So associations also, these are called measures. So you have measures of central tendency, you have measures of dispersion, variation, or variability, and you have measures of association. The last step, and as I told you at the beginning, people call this data analysis. Some people consider the first five, the preparation, cleaning, manipulation, collation, and examination, as data management, and then they separate data analysis as a separate one. Some people consider it part of the data. Also, some people consider examining the data and analyzing the data. Both of them call them data analysis. Even when you are just looking at the data, even if you are evaluating the data, what is the minimum, what is the maximum, what is the range, what are the measures of central tendency, they also consider this as analysis. When they say analysis of data, they start talking about data inspection or examination, even data collation, they consider it as data analysis. But to me, data analysis is actually when you run a statistical test. When you run a statistical test. When data is examined using a statistical test, this is true analysis. This is true analysis. Collation and examination or inspection of data can be considered as data analysis, but this is a true data analysis. You are actually using statistical tests. And these statistical tests produce statistics. The result of a statistical test are called statistics because they are new values, and these are called inferential statistics because we use them to actually generalize these results to populations. Now, statistics resulting from tests are used for inference, generalization, conclusions, passing judgments about relationships or differences, and determining parameters of the population. In such a case, you call them inferential statistics. This is the outline of what do you do with data when you actually collect the data. I will stop for a while. I'll give you the chance to ask questions if you want to. If you have any questions, you can ask them now. This is what you do for data after you collect it. It goes through preparation, cleaning, then after you clean the data, you can manipulate the data, then you can collate the data, then you can examine the data, and finally you can analyze the data. And all of that is actually dealing with or managing data. I will drink my coffee until you think about questions, and if you don't have questions, we will proceed to the next step in today's work. Are you ready? Ready.